I mean, we got to be able to apply those types of concepts to, business within the black community. Like, we have to stop going outside of our community for shit. Like I've said before, Killer Mike put out a documentary talking about how long the black dollar stays within the community, and it doesn't stay at all.
Not at all.
And that's just sad. Like, why are we going elsewhere for different services that are provided right within our community? And why don't we look at this from a dollars and cents perspective? This shit is just fucked up. The only thing I can blame it on is slavery. But there's somebody that will argue me and say, get over that shit. It's been 400 years.
Well, it's funny because that kind of leads me into this question, which is, what mistakes did your parents or grandparents make that you were trying not to make now?
The mistakes, it's not so much the mistakes, it's the limitation on the times. It's, for instance, like, we didn't have credit conversations because that just wasn't even fathomable in the community at that time. When we went to college, the first thing they offered us when we walked in the student center was a credit card. Sure, give it to me. You know what I mean? You giving me something, you give me a piece of plastic that's worth $2,000. I don't know what to do with that. I have no idea. So, it's less about, their mistakes. It's about, like, growing. Each generation has to make a change, a seismic change from what the previous generation taught them. I'll never shame the previous generation for what they gave us because I think they gave us hard work. You know what I mean? They stayed with a given company for 30, 40 years. That's something we'll never do. But in their world, they had pensions. They don't have that shit no more. There's 401ks. So I appreciate what they gave to us. But now we got to take the information that they gave to us, live with what we got today, and now pass something else on.
Have you not realized anything or recognized anything from your childhood that you would say, I'm not doing that? When my mom, dad, grandma, grandfather, whoever, aunt, uncle did that shit when I was younger, that shit was not right. And I'm not doing that to my family.
That's such a wide question.
Well, that's what I said.
One of the things that's crazy to me is, they were by any means necessary, you needed to be able to show respect. But as time went on, it really screwed things up. Like, for instance, if you had a cousin who was so many years older than you, you called them aunt or uncle. And that really screwed you up. As time went on, you was like, that ain't my aunt. That ain't my uncle. That's my cousin. They wouldn't let you call them by their first name. And that was your first damn cousin. And so, like, as time goes on, I got that same situation going on with my kids. And I try to tell them, like, yo, that's your cousin. I don't try to put them in situations where they got to call that person aunt or uncle just for the sake of showing them respect, because as time goes on, they gonna be messed up. Like that is literally like that boils my water, because I had to do it. My parents made me do it.
That's funny as hell. I never expected you to say that.
Yo, that shit is real. Drop a comment if that's your situation in your black family.
That's probably got some roots in our families were so disconnected and disjointed by what happened to us that we had to put certain titles and names on our family members and our relatives.
That just didn't make sense.
I think it's funny the way that you presented it. I would have never thought.
You better put a handle on what's the name's name. Like, that's
Uncle Joe.
Yeah, right.
No, it's your cousin.
Literally, there's somebody, growing up that I thought was my uncle, man, and that's my cousin. Yeah. So that's my situation.
That's funny, man. That's funny. One of the things.
What you got?